또
Recharge hybrid was Suilado. So let's see if that's. Oh, oh, it was close. Okay, it was close. I should say at least for my Dragon attack. But yeah, let's take a look. If it's once again as crushing as the first couple of attacks, we said it's one of the current strongest armies in the game. And this time we see he's not using the ward ability right away because the town hall is waiting and the town explosion is dealing a ton of damage.
Absolutely, and for people watching it, the attack does tend to follow a couple of key principles. An Electro Dragon to follow on one side, the King and Queen on the other side, with that nice wide deployment of the Inferno Dragons and Balloons. A Stone Slammer is a good option if the Town Hall is early that you are going to hit it, but like you've seen in the last attack, if it's the opposite side of the base, that's where the Battle Blimp comes in.
That's right, and normally you're trying to save at least one skeleton spell for the last Inferno Tower. That's what he's doing right now as well. He says the raise spell, and you guys can see it, like, there's really no chance for the defenses to handle all of those troops. It's just like a way slowly overwhelming the base. Exactly this is happening as Royal Champ ability once again, Queen ability once again. And like I said, if you right now want to pick up a strong air composition, air strategy in Clash of Clans, it is the Inferno Dragons, and it's all the way. And like
Battle time, it's crazy. 1 minute and 15 seconds to 3-star in max level base. Wow, that is how
players, and especially if you think you might get baited. So let's take a look at the next attack from Hannah Roy. And I feel like Hannah Roy today is just saying, let's get just everything in with those Inferno Dragons. They are right now, in our opinion, the strongest army out there. So let's just use them non-stop, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if it's working, why change it? And they are pushing into the base, but they do have a tornado trap catching them before the town hall. The Inferno Dragon's beauty, though, is they take that down hall down in a flash, and the Stone Slammer moving into the center of the base to take out that scatter shot is pretty important. A beautiful freeze catches the super minions, Archer Queen, and the multi-target Inferno. That is where the attack might look simplistic, but having the spells in the perfect position really pays off. And this looks, again, a very promising attack, Itsu.
That's right, Judo. We have the last splash damage building going down with that scatter. The Wizard Tower is not as scary as the Multi-Inferno Tower or the scatter to the Inferno Dragons. And we have once again that Queen ability still not used. So this was such a good attack once again. I feel like Hannah Royal are just the masters of those Inferno Dragons. And maybe Vanguard Gaming did not count on them using so many Inferno Dragons, because I feel like so far it is the main weakness for those bases. So let's see if they'll just keep going with that, because I feel like so far Hannah Roy is doing amazingly with those Inferno Dragons.
In Super Witches, were you happy to see them in this war as well? Here we go, actually. The Super Witch attack is in. Let's break it down now. So with the Grand Warden starting off on the left-hand side, what this does is just creates a little bit of a funnel. You're going to have the Grand Warden move into the base with your Super Witches anyway. So sometimes you will see lightning spells used with this attack, but a lot of the time you have the Grand Warden walk. However, as we mentioned, you cannot do too long of a Grand Warden walk. Normally 45 seconds to a minute is about the maximum, because the Super Witches can be a little bit slow. So all that is required in this attack by Pen is the little funnel to the left-hand side, just so the Super Witches do not move in that direction, and then he can deploy them to the Town Hall. You can use Super Wall Breakers to get access into the base initially, but you just have to assure you have access through the base. So the jump spell first gives them access to the Town Hall, and he knows he has a little bit of time here due to the Lava Hound in the Clan Castle, so he does not press the King's ability. This lets the King and the P.E.K.K.A. from the Siege Barracks create the funnel, as you see, to the 6 o'clock area. And that is very important. If you needed the funnel set quicker, you could always press the King's ability. You absolutely need the Super Witches into the middle. Now you see the second jump spell, and this provides access right of the way into each of the compartments. For the Super Witches, you really need access into the core. We already mentioned you're a little bit more flexible with this attack due to the hit points of the Super Witches. It's relatively similar with the P.E.K.K.A. Smash, although if you are taking bowlers, you might want to use the Grand Warden's ability. But once the Super Witches are in the center, they are tanking all of the key defenses. As long as you have your healers alive, and that's why you see a couple of balloons often sneak in to get black bombs, they will keep your super witches alive for the longest time. You then have to worry about the outside of the base not time failing. That's where the king on one side of the base was beautiful, but the royal champion to the left side of your base is very important with this attack. Whilst the royal champion is a little bit vulnerable to the defenses, she can deal with that. And you need to think about time. It's not always about sending your troops where they are most protected. So in this situation, the royal champion to the left can clear the defenses, allow the wizard to clean up the non-defensive buildings. And I just love that we did see an attack using these super witches from a player that doesn't often use them. So it's great to see an attack that is breaking down the base specifically. And I wanted to break that one down with it being a little bit different. So congratulations to Hanai Royal. They move into with that. Like we said, it's not totally over for Vanguard, but it does just look very unlikely. However, we would say that the spell deployment of Hanai Royal has been on point. And here we go, finishing off in style. That is how you do it, Itsu. It is the lightning spells, the so-called zap strategy into Lava Loon with 2 Ice Hounds as well. I'm looking forward to seeing this one.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm such a huge fan of those Ice Hounds. They're so strong and they're giving you so much more to the army composition, especially if there are any important buildings next to those air defenses, like the Town Hall or Multi-Inferno Tower, which we can see on this base. So really good choice, but let's see if it's going to be the same case as in the first attack, where the plan was really good looking, but the execution just did not work out. So far, he got everything he wanted to go for. He got both Inferno Towers on the left side with some nice combinations of lightnings and the Royal Champion ability. And now it's all about pushing into that scatter, pushing into that enemy Royal Champion, and getting the Eagle on that back end as well, I think.
I really like the little touches here, just sending that minion into the left-hand side, knowing it's going to have a long time through the storages. That is, oh, right as I say that, the scatter shot locks on. But anyways, little things like that really make the difference at this level. It's unfortunate the Queen is walking around here, though. If the King will get the Eagle. Oh, she goes back in. Oh no, she doesn't. Oh my word, how unfortunate. Let's find out if he can deal with this. A Tesla farm does pop to the left-hand side, but he does have the Ice Hounds moving through, and he should be able to get past that relatively quickly.
Take a look at this clan castle. There are so many archers in there, and he on purpose did not deploy the warden just yet. He wants to have all of those headhunters running into that poison, and now the warden ability to protect everything going into that town hall, and especially protecting his warden. A really nice lightning onto the enemy headhunters to make sure they're going down, but he missed just one headhunter sadly.
Yeah, and he's now going to struggle in the center. The balloons are out of the Stone Slammer. A perfectly timed freeze will allow the balloons in towards that compartment. He still does have an Ice Hound. He needs it to pop and freeze the multi. Oh, perfect timing. Can the balloons take that down? He could still get this, Itsu. Oh my goodness, I think he might.
Yeah, I think he might get this with the Inferno Tower not having the most hit points and the loons approaching this last Inferno Tower. So this should be a 3-star if time is not an issue. We have the King at the top left side, and you might now wonder, like, Itsu, why is the King important? The King is one of the most annoying defenses to take down in this cleanup, and you can see the minions are just stuck on them. So this is 20 seconds left, 2 buildings left. Can he take this down to make sure that Vanguard Gaming is at least getting this 13 stars to keep the dream alive? And this is definitely looking like it. The last building is about to go down, and this is Pingu getting the 3-star in for Vanguard Gaming. So great attack, really nice execution on this Lalo, and a really good choice on those Ice Hounds.